All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove the bolts. Go ahead and just hold it down. Hold it down until it comes off loose. It'll do it by itself. Keep going. Hold it tight, all the way, full force. Push hard in. Hard, you gotta pull the trigger. There you go, got one out. Good job. Do the rest. So eventually what happens is as the longer it takes, the harder, the more force it takes it off to take the bolt off. That way you don't have to use, what do you call it, the long handle one. This is a size 19 millimeter socket. Okay. All right, so that's how you do it. And then use your kick it. Whoa, just like that. She comes off. Okay. Hold this. Put that down. All right, then we're gonna get the tire. Let's see. We want to make sure we go with the right tread design. Tread going in that direction. And this is gonna go in the front. Make sure your legs or your arms are not. Make sure your legs or anything are not under the vehicle. Okay. All right, so that goes on nice and tight. You're gonna hand thread these in first. And these tires are actually off a Hyundai Elantra, but they use the same bolt pattern as the Honda Civic. So we're gonna go ahead and just tighten one of them a little bit. Again, you gotta make sure it stays centered. Tighten this one. Okay, so we got those on. And then you wanna make sure that these holes are centered. See if you can kind of see that. Just like that. See how it's pretty centered? You do not want that to be offset. Okay, that bolt needs to be in the middle of the hole right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the rest. So, hand, start these, and then we'll do the other three. These rims actually look pretty nice for Hyundai Elantra rims. I used a can of plastidip, and turned out pretty good. Although I only did 2 coats, it needs at least 3. But these are just snow tires, so that's okay. They work out pretty good for now. And then what we'll do is you want to torque these to about 90 foot-pounds. Okay, so if you guys got a torque thing, torque it to 90. For me, I kind of eye it because I have an idea of what 90 is. But you guys want to use a torque wrench, okay? All right, here. Put that on right to tight. Yep. You can do this. So you can do star pattern first. Go do that one first until it clicks a couple times. Keep going. Keep going. More. Keep going. Okay, now you're going to go do this side. Keep going. Let it click. Then this one. Then this one. And then this one. All right, perfect. So at least they're on fairly equal. Now we're gonna, I'm gonna torque it here. Hold this. Okay, so the bolts are on. I'm gonna go down about roughly a quarter turn. Make sure it's nice and firm. But it only needs like 90 foot-pounds for these guys. I'll put a link for a torque wrench in the description, but these guys are pretty good. Just a little nice, little firm snug. Okay, perfect. And then what we'll do is you can drive around after a while and so then you can re-torque it. How does it look for the black rims? Good? Not bad, huh? Okay. Let's go do the other front. Actually, looks pretty good. Yeah. So here's where the jack stand is, underneath the driver rear wheel, just so you guys can see it. Okay, go ahead and take off those bolts. Left to loose. Otherwise it won't go hard, so you have to give it full throttle, and then as time goes on, it uses more force. That's the way these are designed. It's like a hammer, jackhammer. All the way out. Let's use that. God. It's supposed to help you go faster. Okay, good. All right, so what you do at this point, go ahead and set the tools down. You can shove it with your hand, palm right here, hit it with your palm, or you can give it a little kick on the bottom, but it'll come off, so be careful. Kick it harder. Okay, now pull it off. Okay, put it over there. Carry it that way. You can lift it or whatever. The rear, and now's a good time to check the brakes. The brakes here look good. Let me see how they look over here. I don't have the light on, but let me check. It looks good though. The brakes still look pretty good. At least 70%. The other thing you want to make sure is that this thing is smooth, free of any debris. So otherwise you'll get wobblies if this is not smooth. So you want to clean the back side of the other tire as well. Okay, so you see that right there? See how much brake pads left? That's still quite a bit. We're gonna put this other tire on. Again, directional, so these have to be going that way because of the tire direction. Sometimes on these tires, there's actually an arrow that says which way you're supposed to go to, but I don't want to see that arrow. But anyways, you can just kind of tell by the direction of these. You always want to, especially for the front wheel drive vehicles, front or four, I prefer putting tires with more tread on the front, especially for two-wheel drive vehicles, okay? So you want to make sure we thread these in. And they actually look pretty good for Elantra rims. Where's the other tread? I'm gonna put this one on first. Okay, thread the rest. Thread those in. Just thread the rest in. Get them started. Get them at least started. Otherwise, you might end up cross-threading them. So it's important to do them by hand first. That's good. Okay, now you can use this thing. I started on this one, so now I can either do this one or this one. Pick which one. This one or this one. Okay, and then go this one. This one. Keep going. This one. Keep going. That one. Keep going. Okay, good. Now, take that off. Put it on this. Okay, and then put it in. That one's fine. We'll start there. Okay, put in that one, and then go down. Put your hand on this one. Put one hand here to hold that, and one hand here, and then just kind of push down. Keep going a little more. Keep going. Okay, go do that one. Is it good? Pretty tight? Okay, go the one. No, has to go across. This one, because I don't think you've done that one yet. Okay, and then you go across to this one, like a star pattern. That keeps the wheel balanced so it doesn't shake. Otherwise, it'll get wobbly. And if it's wobbly down the road, that means we didn't do it right. All right, cool. Let me double check. Okay, so when I push on this, the whole wheel moves. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and just lower it just a little bit, just enough so it's touching the ground. So there it goes. It's touching. Okay, that will prevent it from spinning. And then we're going to torque down roughly 90 foot-pounds, okay? We don't want to overdo it. Definitely don't want to underdo it. But that should be pretty good. These are Civic torque specs. Okay, perfect. Turn it off. Let's go do the next one. Now we're gonna do the rear. We'll go for it, Zane. You know how to do this. Make sure you hold it nice and firm. Harder. All the way out. All the way out. Okay. This is the back side. Okay, give it a kick. She's gonna fall off. Okay, go ahead and pull it off. You can wheel her up to the north. Sometimes, now, I like to label these sometimes. So for this one, this is the right rear, RR. Okay, see how I did that, Zayden? Just write RR. Stands for the right rear. So we know this belongs in the back. So next time we put it back, here, pull that up away. Whichever way you want. All right, so the reason why we're putting these on is it's supposed to snow tonight. And so these are studded snow tires. That's why we're doing this. Supposed to get a couple inches of snow. My stepkid's 16, driving, and it's supposed to snow tonight, so let's see how. You want to make sure these things are pretty centered. That looks pretty centered there in the middle on these bolts. So he's hand tightening the other 3, and we're gonna be good to go. So otherwise, the tires he has on now are actually really good. They're Michelin's, but we're gonna throw these on. Looks like the offsets are just a little bit different. These kind of go in a little bit more than the OEM regular ones, it looks like. All right, which ones you put in? Actually, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Go ahead and pick any one. Make sure it's that perpendicular, okay? Good. Okay, next. Yep. Okay, let's do that one. Okay. The top. All right, okay, do that one again. Okay, get the long bar. We might have to move it down too a little bit. We might put it on the ground, drop it so it's got better grip. Okay, oh, it's on the ground. Just dropped her. Just touching, barely touching. You don't want to go too much. So pretty tight. Ready? Okay, I'll do the rest. Double check it a little more, do a little more ump. Okay. Now if it's wobbling, that means we didn't seat the bolt on right. So make sure you're mindful of that when you drive. Sometimes I like to retorque these after you drive around the block. Is that good? Huh? Sometimes it takes a while, but the longer you leave it in that mode, the stronger it gets. Is that full blast? The battery's getting weak. Just do this. I think the battery didn't work. Here, take this off. Use the breaker bar. I think maybe the battery's getting weak. I don't know. It says it's full battery. It says it's hammered on 3, 2, 3. Maybe that wasn't full strength. You think it was full strength? Oh, okay. Well, you gotta go left to loose. Just put your grab up here. I kind of do it a different way. Now stop here. Go this way. Fold it all the way. Now push down. Usually that'll help. Now put your hand on that end. Give you torque. Push harder, harder. Keep going. Put your full weight on it. Come on. There you go. You got it. How much do you weigh?
115.
Okay, so that probably took like almost 100 pounds of your weight. Okay, so when I say we torque these to about 90 to 100 foot-pounds, that's about how much you have to weigh in order to actually loosen the bolt. That one's already loose. Don't worry about it. You just need to crack it loose, and then we can stick these back on. Remember, we got to give at least 100 pounds. At least 100 pounds, which is just about all your weight. Come on, keep going. Perfect. Okay, is that all of it?
These are the ones.
Is that loose? Okay. Okay, that's good. Now you can just use the machine for the rest. I'm guessing the battery's getting tired. Usually it did a pretty good job. Unless I torque those bolts on too much. Should be able to at least break easily 100 and some foot-pounds. All the way out. Just do it until it goes all the way out. It's easier. Don't have to make things harder. Keep going. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so this is almost done. All the way. Okay. Donkey kick it. Kick the top. Kick the top. Yeah, try the top. Kung Fu kick. Good God. You sure you got all the bolts off? Yeah. You kick it harder. Kick one side.
One side.
Just kick it. Oh! Okay. We'll go ahead and put it in the gate. Let's check the brakes. Brakes look pretty good. Not too bad, I'd say, 60, 70%. So, we're good for a while. Last tire, guys, we're almost done. So easy, even my kid can do it. just whatever you do, don't put anything underneath this vehicle in case it falls down. If that jack stand thing, if that jack fails on you, you might crush yourself. So just be careful with this. Usually you want to put get an extra backup or something like a jack stand or something like that. But we're going to be careful here. I'll hold this. Okay. All right, so these have the most tread if you look close. It's got studs, good for traction, and these also have the most tread. So we're going to put these in the front. Directional, of course. How's the Honda Civic driving? Good. It's still pretty smooth?
Yeah.
Since the last time we did that engine flush?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, put one on first. Going on. Let me check. Let's see. Does that look pretty centered? Yeah, I think so. God, it's kind of hard to see. All right. Okay, go ahead and tighten the rest of the three. Right here. Grab those three and tighten those. That's good, just to get it started. We don't want to cross thread them. That's good. And then we'll do this one first with that. Make sure it's right to tight though. Okay, good. Do that one over there. Keep going. Okay, get that one good. That's weird. Do that again. Yeah. You keep going. A little more. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and change that out. Put it on the breaker bar. Let's go ahead and torque these down. Those already did those two. And then we're gonna, again, probably about 90 foot-pounds roughly, guys. This young man weighs 110, 115 pounds, so that's almost his full weight. What are you, 115, 110?
113.
Huh? 113. 113? Probably 115 with all those clothes on. So we probably want, like I said, about 95 foot-pounds, so that's a pretty good amount of your weight on these things. 90 foot-pounds. Good. Did you go star?
No.
Where'd you go?
Oh, here.
Okay, and then you have to go down here. Did you already do that? All right, guys, we're gonna take it for a spin after we get done. Make sure this car is working good, but I think it looks okay. Looks fine with these tires. They are offset a little bit different, a little bit on the inside. You can kind of tell they kind of hug the inside a little bit more. Huh?
I saw that too.
Yeah, that's fine. Pretty confident that we got these snow tires on right. It kind of looks nice actually. It's got the red calipers with the black rims, and these are the tread on the vehicle. We're gonna go take it for a drive around the block, see if the wheel's gonna fall off or not, or if they're wobbly. So we'll be right back. You what?
I barely noticed the noise.
Oh yeah, you can't hear it very well. It's pretty quiet actually in here. So those snow tires, so far so good. We're taking it on the spin real quick at 132,788 miles. Take a left at the light. Yeah, these actually snow tires are pretty quiet, which is good. That means that they were kind of done right. Because what should actually happen is the studs should, when you're driving, the studs should flex and go in to the rubber, and then, but give you enough grip on ice. Go. Oh man. You're fine. And just do that loop. In an emergency braking, studded tires, you will need more distance to stop. So it does give you better grip in snow and ice, but you want to make sure that you give it extra space when you drive. How's it feel? Not much difference than the other tires? Okay. It's still going straight?
Yeah.
Okay. You will hear a little more road noise.
Yeah.
Possibly. You hear that?
Yeah, it's like a kind of
Boom, 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 like that. Yeah, that's a little different.
That's the tires?
Yeah, that's the tires. I'm going to go back and turn around. I pumped all the tires equally up to about 41 PSI, just over 40 PSI. We'll see how it goes. Go a little faster. See if you hear that thing again. You hear it? It's just kind of road noise.
Yeah.
But does it shake the steering wheel or anything? It's not shaking though, right? So you're fine. Okay.
It's pretty true.
Slow down the brakes with your hands off the steering wheel. And slow down. It's not going one side or the other. It's fairly pretty.
I think it's just the way I was
Holding it, yeah, I think it's fine. Because usually, when you step on the brake and if it's going to the left, that means those tires on the left might be underinflated. but I think it's going to work out good. So that's a wrap.